Day on Fefeswe Chibuga, I'm coming to you from this side of Busiro South. It's still a campaign trail and catching up with those who are in the race. I'm here with Dr. Matia Bwanika. He's the district governor call him the chairman for Wakiso district, which also takes this area of Busiro South. And he's now campaigning for the member of parliament for Busiro South. He was denied a ticket from National Unity Platform, but he insisted and came as an independent. I would want, first of all, to understand, Dr. Bwanika, why you were the chairman for 3 terms of Wakiso District, but you still went to NUP, never was not given a ticket, and you came as an independent. What motivated you to still come and campaign?
Thank you, Mr. Mbid, and good morning, viewers. Incidentally, the last 15 years when I've been serving as a district chairman, by the time I took office, the budgetary allocation of local governments in Uganda was 17%. And if you get to understand the local governments, you realize that service delivery of all citizens of Uganda is taken up by the local governments. And you could imagine the 17%. So I started agitating and discussing and lobbying ministers and those who were concerned. And to my surprise, everyone was seeing my argument. But nothing could change till such a time as of today. The appropriation, the parliamentary appropriation of local governments is 7%. 7% of the national budget is the money allocated to local governments in Uganda. And you realize that, on the contrary, 97% of the delivery of service is done by local governments. So it is just directly opposite. Money stays at the center. Responsibility goes to local governments. So when I realized that these people were just not listening, and it became, I couldn't be a figurehead at the district. Chairman going through bad roads, chairman no service in health centers, chairman it is impossible to get first grades in UPE schools, chairman when there's no service in clean water, and so on and so forth. So I took decision, and of course I informed even my superiors in the party, because I had the last 5 years I belonged to National Unity Platform, and we agreed that I should shift. Besides, the representation of my area was not up to the standards, so I took up that decision. I tried to consult all stakeholders and some seniors, some institutional leaders, and we agreed. Nevertheless, whatever came out of the allocation of cards, and that one has been public information to everyone. It was messy, and of course, as you know, parties are not well. There is no proper, we don't have a free space for party activities, so it becomes a bit difficult to blame. Who is to blame? Maybe the government, because the space for freedom of association and assembly is very poor, and therefore the process of determining who should do what in parties becomes difficult.
Do you think, do you really believe that the people of Busiro South will, based on your track record from Wakiso chairman, district chairman, to give you their vote, being that now you are independent, but we know that at least the voting pattern, especially in the Buganda region, has been those based on from their parties, either NRM or NUP?
Yeah, of course, it is a bit difficult to explain to people, but at least I've tried my level best. We also find a challenge today that people no longer interested in coming up for rallies, meaning it is more or less a door-to-door campaign that you need to go to every household, every small trading center. That's one of the challenges. Then 2, there is a very big confusion in some people without knowing the difference between the roles and responsibilities of a district chairman and then the roles and responsibilities of a member of parliament. That is where the snag is. They may look at you like as if you are just shifting, you are playing around. They don't know that the roles of a parliamentarian are typically and totally different from the roles of a chairman of the district. That's challenge number 2. Then challenge number 3 is that commercialization of part of politics, that some people expect a lot of money from candidates. And of course, especially we in local governments, we are not doing well in terms of remuneration. It becomes difficult. They know that I've been in the office, therefore I'm very rich and I should give money. Those are the challenges, but I'm trying my level best to explain to them what I'm supposed to do and how I'm looking at changing my area of representation.
Talking about changing your area of representation, in 2 minutes, the one I'm left with, what would you promise the people of Busiro South if they give you the mandate, and especially now that you are on the ground as a chairman but also moving around the area? What are those issues that are burning in Busiro South, and how do you intend to address them?
Of course, one critical area is realizing and understanding the intricacies, the problems affecting the populace. We have a lot of land grabbing in our area, and of course you must use your office as member of parliament to fight that vice, because the mafias are easy to fight once you identify them and use your office and the network of the leadership and the security apparatus. That is one. Then two, the constituency is full of fishermen. The economic activity depends very much on Lake Victoria. And you realize that the army took over the waters. And when while I'm in local government, you realize local governments have no mandate in engaging, army people. Because we don't have representation in the local councils, neither do we have any mandate of handling matters of defense. And you realize that it is in Parliament where we have the Minister of Defense. You realize that it's in the Parliament where we have MPs representing the army. So I'm looking at agitating and engaging those people in Parliament to see to it that we come to our senses on leaving people to work on the lake. All right. And other issues, of course, in areas of education, health, social services, and again, always engaging the communities to know their issues, and I take them to Parliament.
Thank you so much, human rights defender Dr. Matia. Lwanga Bwanika is one of the 11 contestants for the Busiro South parliamentary seat, and we shall keep watching them as they go on the ground, combing for support, and ultimately for January 15th, when the electorate will be casting their votes. Stephen Mbido Mfefeso Chibuga, on my own behalf and on behalf of the entire team on Morning at 10 TV, we shall see you tomorrow.